You're welcome back to this class. Now the next item on the list is our inventory. So let's go back to the practical illustration. Now on this illustration we have inventory items. Now what is inventory? Inventory refers to the goods and materials a business holds for sales, production or distribution. Effective inventory management is crucial for maintaining optimal stock level, reducing costs, meeting customer demand, and improving cash flow. Basically, inventory can be categorized into three. The first one is the raw material, the second one is the work in progress, while the third one is the finished goods. But when you look at this illustration, we have raw material and the finished goods from this illustration. Now, from this question, they provided an inventory items, which is product A and product B. It means that in Zilog's building solution, they are manufacturing two different products. Product A with different materials and also product B with different materials. Now, when you look at this question, now we have OPC material for that of product A, and then we have WPC material. We have packaging sack, then we have cement gum 10 kg FP. That is the finished product. All right, now, and for that of product B, we have bisolam calcium, we have disphosphoric acid, then we have the packaging sack as well, while the finished product is waterproofing cement, which is 30 kg. And they now gave us the assembly cost, that this is what we incurred for the production of each product. Now let's go back to our QuickBook before we will now start analyzing how we can input all these inventory items. Now let me go back to the QuickBook accounting. Now from this interface we can input our inventory either by coming to this icon, then you will select it, then you can click on a inventory center. Directly it will lead us to where we can input our inventory. Then I can now select new, then we now add new inventory. Or let me go back, or I can come down to the list. As you can see, list, so I'll just click item list, then I'll come down to item, then new. So we can see that we still arrived at the same point. Now, either of the two, you can use that to input your inventory. Now, we are dealing with a manufacturing company that has raw material, and they now manufactured that raw material to produce a finished product. Is that not? Which means that they converted raw material into finished product. So that is the two different stages. The stage one is how the source for the raw material, and stage two is the conversion of that raw material into finished product. So now we're going to start from how the source for the raw material, and when we look at the screen now, we have different types of items here. The first one is services. Then when we look at it, used for the services you charge for or purchase, like the specialized labor consulting, but we don't need this one. Then the next one that I'm going to explain is that of the inventory part. Inventory part, that is the first thing we need to source out, because Zilog's building solution, they source for their inventory, which is the raw material. Now the next thing is that how do they source for it, and what is the cost of this raw material. So now let's go back to our illustration. When we look at this illustration, we have inventory items, which is the raw material available on ground for product A and that of the product B, and the finished product that is available as at the date of reporting. Cement gum is 2,000 bags, while waterproofing is 1,700 bags. Is that not? But when you look at this stage, they said assembly cost, are we there now, which is OPC raw material, 1 kg of it costs 1,200. WPC material costs 2,000 500, and packaging sack costs 700 naira. Labor cost is 300 naira per bag, while production overhead is 500 naira. So now they break down the cost analysis on how they produce a bag of each product, and they now provided the selling price of each product. So now let's go back to our QuickBook. Now when we're talking about inventory part, the inventory part deals with the raw materials. In this interface, we need to input the costs of raw material and the total numbers of available raw material in store. So now I would like to start from item name / number. So let me come down to this illustration. The first item that we have here is our OPC material for product A. Are we there now? OPC material for product A. So now I'll go back to my QuickBook, then I'll type OPC material, so that is for the product A. So I can move to the next one. Then they said we should categorize it, so let's give the raw materials. Okay, then I'll okay that. Now then they said that we should select the unit of measurement. Is that not? And then when you go back to the illustration, they said it's per kg. I would now 1 kg cost 1,200. So I'll go back to my QuickBook accounting. There will enable units of measurement. So I'll select single unit of measurement per item. There I'll next that. Then we need to look for the kg, which is this, the kilogram. Then I'll select this next, and I'll select kg, finish. Now okay, now the next thing here is to give us the cost. How do now? Cost per kg, and the cost per kg from the illustration is 1,200. Can we see that? 1,200. So I'm coming down here, then I'll type 1,200. That is the cost. Now the next thing here is that they said which account should be associated. That is, the cost of raw material belongs to the cost of goods sold. Are we there now? So that is why we have cost of goods sold here. Then the next thing is that I have to select my preferred vendor. If you like, you can select it, but if you like, you can leave it. But for that of a OPC, then I will prefer your scope. Then the next one is income account. Are we there now? The income account, and then that income account here will look for the sales. The sales. Since okay, here is it, the sales. So I'll select that sales. Then, or if you like, we can create a new sales for that. Is that clear now? So I can just add new. Then I'll call it income from what's the first product? The first product is a cement gum. So I'll just come down to this. Then I'll say income. Let me use catalog since okay, income from cement gum, or I can call it cement gum. So then I'll just make it a sub account for that of sales. So then I'll save and close. So now it means that when there is a sales for all this, then it will be recorded to cement gum. Are we there now? So then the selling price, we are not selling this raw material, we want to use it for production, so we will not fix any selling price. Now the next part here is that we should provide the stock in hand. Is that clear now? Stock in hand. Then let's go back to our illustration. We look at this now. OPC raw material is 50,000 kg. that is what they have on ground now. So I'll go back to my QuickBook. Then I'm coming down here that stock in hand, we have 50,000 kg. Then I will just move to the next one. So now you can see that automatically QuickBook calculated total value of this OPC material, which is 50 kg. This 50,000 multiplied by 1,200. So it means that our inventory assets, we have 60 million naira on ground. So then what will now be our reorder level? Are we there now? Reorder level is the point at which the material in stock call for replenishment. Is that clear now? So now at that point in time, once our material reach the minimum level of 1,000 kg, then there should be a reorder level notification. So now what we need to do now is that we have to save this one. Okay, that is done. Then as you can see that we have OPC material, which is inventory part, and then the account for it will be the cement gum, and the total available kg is 50,000. And when we go back to our trial balance now, when we go back to our trial balance, you will see it there that we have an inventory item which is a OPC material. So let's check our inventory part because it's an asset. It's an asset. No, let me go to balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet. Now look at this. Now we have its other current assets, now which is inventory assets, and then is what is a 60 million. Then let's see our inventory valuation. So let me click on inventory valuation. We look at this inventory valuation. We have raw material, is that not, which is inventory OPC material on hand. It is 50,000 kg with the average cost of 1,200, valued 60 million naira. So this is the first step while you are dealing with inventory items. So let's move to the next one.